Hi guys, today I'm using Tulip Fields from the new catalog. We also had one Wonder of Nature maybe, with a little different windmill and a bicycle. This one has dies with it. So I'm going to show you what this does. I didn't use the tree or this yet, but I've used everything else. So here's one with just the paper, and then I went on Google Images and got some tulips. And then from our past stamps, I stamped some tulips on the inside. Look that way. And this one, I used some of the paper too that had the tulips going off to the side, and I used the clouds, and then I found a fairy from way back, and I thought that looked like a cute place to put her. And then I put her also on the inside with the saying. This one, I love this colors in this paper. So I just used this plain because this was so busy. And then I just put a frame around it, 3D'd it, just put the windmill on the envelope, and just put a strip inside with the windmill. And I put the windmill light, I stamped off first so that I could put a greeting when I know what I'm going to use it for. I can put a greeting right over that and it should show. This one I did a frame around it, and just you use the triangles in order to make your excuse me, tulip fields. And again, I used that same image I got from Google, some clouds and the windmill. And then I went on Google again and got just a strip of tulips. And this one I did an easel card. I used the bicycle, also used those tulip rows, used the dies for this, and I cut 3 of the blades because it was too flimsy with just one, and just layered them. This one needs to be re-glued, I think, but yep. And then it's like so for a 3D card. A 3D easel card. And this is the one we're going to make today. But I didn't like this. It looks unfinished to me, so we're going to use a black mat for a frame around it. I think when we look at both, it sets it off better. And I just put this on the inside, and that's what we'll do this time. So what I did was, I cut a piece of white, 3 3/4 by 5, and I sponged on some Pacific Point, and I stamped my windmill. Then I don't have to worry about where you're putting your blue that way. Plus, these tiny little attachments for the blades, that's way too hard to cut out. So what I did was do it on scrap paper and cut out the bottom part, glue it over the original, and then the blades also. I'm going to put over the original blades, and that way you have them with the attachment, and you don't have to worry about putting the attachment on. They're there. Or if you wanted to just stamp it, you could stamp it and draw on. Well, if you just stamped it, you wouldn't need to, actually, now that I think about it. But okay, so that's what I did on my cards, so that I had it white, but then the blue is gone all the way. And then I took some of the designer series paper and cut a strip and then just cut around some of the tulips. And I'm going to 3D these on. And why I do this first is if there's any overlap, I can easily trim it before I put it on the mat. I'll just make sure, I'll make sure it really stands out this way. And then we'll put this on here, and see, that way if it hung over the sides, I could trim it very easily, but it didn't. And this one I'm going to put it on a black mat, and the black mat is 5 1/4 by 4. And then we'll put it on the base card, which is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. And then, and I did the envelopes differently. Oops, I guess I didn't do that. Oh, here it is. I stamped this one and I added DSP to this one. So here we go. This is the original one that I thought looked unfinished to me. And then this is the same size as this, but with a mat, a black mat around it. So there you get to see the difference. Could have 3D'd this too, but I wanted it off in the distance. So I hope you enjoy this, and this gives us a little taste of spring. The next video will be Valentine's. But hopefully you're finding some fun things in your catalogs, and I hope you have fun with what you decide on. Thank you.